All right. Good evening. Thank you for coming to the AB 41 Annual Military Equipment Town Hall Meeting. My name is Mike Bruno. I'm the Assistant Chief at the Monterey Police Department. And so I'm going to start off, next slide, please. Start off talking about the background for the AB 481 and what is it? So it's for the military equipment funding, acquisition, and use. It was passed on September 30th, 2021 and signed by Governor Newsom, and it's been codified in the government code. The reason for this was to increase transparency, accountability, and oversight for the acquisition and use of military equipment. It's also to provide safeguards to protect the public's welfare, safety, civil rights, and liberties. Next slide. So what is military equipment? It's not normally what you would see as equipment that's used in the military, although some of it is. So it could be any type of drone. So a drone could be a DJI drone, which is a commercial drone, or it could be a more sophisticated drone that's made for law enforcement. It could be MRAP vehicles, which are armored vehicles. It could be Humvees and tracked armored vehicles. We have command and control vehicles. And so these vehicles are any type of vehicles that are used to control or to command the units that are out in the field doing things. We have weaponized aircraft, vessels, and vehicles of any kind, battering rams, slugs, and breaching apparatuses that are explosive in nature, and then firearm and ammunition that are 50 caliber and greater.
Just to clarify, you said you're just giving it that definition. We do not have weaponized.
Correct. We do not have it. I'm just saying this is what they said it. Yes, correct. Thank you for correcting me. All right, military equipment continued. So any type of specialized firearms of ammunition less than 50 caliber. And so they've also included assault weapons in this definition. Any type of firearms that are designed to launch explosive projectiles, flashbang grenades, or any type of explosive or breaching tools, tear gas and pepper balls, the taser shockwave, microwave weapons, water cannons, and long-range acoustic devices. And any type of projectile launch platforms and associated munitions, so 40 millimeter projectiles, such as beanbag launchers, rubber bullets, and specialty munitions, and any other type of equipment as determined by a governing body or a state agency that requires additional oversight. All right, so approval and requirements. So the Monterey Police Department has MPD Policy 706. This was originally approved by the City Council on April 2022 by way of ordinance, and it's been renewed every year since then. Our policy is publicly available on our Monterey Police Department's website, which is montereypolice.org. And the Monterey Police Department is required to compose an annual military equipment report, which is also online as well. The City Council is required to review our military equipment purchase and use ordinance and vote on it each year at a regular meeting. So currently, as far as what we have 61 patrol rifles. Each rifle is issued to each member of the department. So normally we have 53 rifles. We just purchased 8 last year. So we just received those and we're in the process of getting rid of the 8 old rifles. So we'll be back down to 53 here sometime this year. We have 2 shotguns. These are been converted into the less lethal platform, which are the ones that shoot like the beanbag rounds. And these 2 shotguns are assigned to the Monterey Peninsula SWAT, or the Special Response Unit team. We have 3 shotguns that are utilized as breaching shotguns. We have 14 40 millimeter less lethal launchers. We have 2 37 OC launchers. And we have 2 specialized rifles. These are counter sniper rifles that are assigned to the Peninsula SWAT team. We have 7 drones, 2 pepper ball launchers, and 1 crisis negotiation team command vehicle. So on the Monterey Peninsula, we have what's called the Monterey Peninsula Regional Special Response Unit. It comprises of all the law enforcement agencies on the Monterey Peninsula. And so they have a Lenco Bearcat. So this is an armored vehicle. They have command and control vehicles, so vehicles that are used for command post. They also use remotely piloted air and ground vehicles or drones. They have 37 and 40 millimeter launchers. They also have a breaching shotgun, and they have flashbang, diversionary devices, explosive breaching tools, tear gas, and pepper balls. The Monterey Police Department did not receive any complaints this past year regarding its military equipment. All of our military equipment was accounted for, and there were no violations of the military equipment use policy. And all funding for our military equipment came from the existing Monterey Police Department budget. So we used the drones this year. We deployed them 24 times throughout the year. 6 of those times were used at the different SWAT events that occurred throughout the county. We've also had various uses with them of searching buildings. So for example, if we have a burglary alarm, we go and we find a business that has an open building. They would use the drones to do an initial search of the building. They've used it to look for suspects when we've been called to crimes, for missing persons, and also to look for victims. We've also used them to assist us with our parade setups when we set up our parades. We had 2 uses of our pepper ball launcher. So in March of 2025, in Monterey, we had an attempted murder. The suspect fled in a vehicle in a pursuit and crashed in a field in Marina. And so while they were looking for him, they used the pepper ball as they thought he was hiding out in the field to try to get him to come out. So that was one use. Another use was in May of 2025. We had a suspect that ran from our officers. When he was cornered, he crouched down and acted as if he had a weapon. And so the pepper ball was used against him. And those were the 2 uses that we had. Monterey Peninsula SWAT team had an operation inside the city of Monterey. That was on May 2025. We had an armed wanted domestic violence suspect. He was believed to have been inside the residence and had barricaded himself. And so the SWAT team used drones, a command post, and a Bearcat, which is the armored vehicle, during this operation. And this year, so AB 41 requires the police department to go to the council to request additional military equipment. And so this year we're going to ask the council, and this is not a guarantee that we're going to get this equipment, but in order to ask for it, we have to get the authorization. So we're going to ask for 2 police supervisor command vehicles. So these are going to be like similar to what our fire department has in command vehicles, which are Ford F-150 vehicles or Chevrolet Tahoe vehicles. And so we're going to ask approval to request that through the vehicle replacement fund when we meet this year to talk about our aging vehicles and to get those replaced. And that will allow us to, when we go to like a critical incident, we'll have additional radios in the back. It allows us to have boards where we can write and coordinate where officers are at, and it just provides more of an area for us to work out of when we have a major incident. And that, and lastly, there's no more slides, but lastly, April 7th is when this is going to the city council. And I don't know if it's in the morning or the afternoon or the evening session. I think it's the evening session, but we'll be giving a report to the city council at that time as well. With that, if there are any questions from anybody in the audience, happy to answer. Yes.
Can you repeat the question?
Oh,
So
sure.
they can hear?
Yeah, so the question was, do you have a vehicle for negotiations? And the answer is yes. So we received a grant through the UASI. It's a federal grant. And what it allowed us to do was to purchase a vehicle that was fully reimbursed through the federal grant. It's assigned to our Monterey Peninsula Regional team. We have several crisis negotiators that are on our department. And so this vehicle allows them an office space basically to work out of when they have any type of SWAT operation. So anytime the SWAT team goes out to a call, the crisis negotiation team will always be there because they always want to have some type of negotiator there to try to get a peaceful, outcome. And so the vehicles was purchased by Monterey, fully reimbursed, and it's parked here at Monterey. And so anytime they have an event, they come out. No, it doesn't have any of that yet. Right now, well, so it's like a very large Sprinter van that has seats, that has like a table so that they can sit down. It's more of a quiet place because when you're negotiating with somebody, you want to be able to hear the person and have private conversations versus being out standing next to a car where people are listening and that type of thing. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, I guess, for what it is. So yeah, that's what it's used for. Yeah. Any other questions?
I don't see anybody on. I don't see anybody online.
Okay. Well, then with that, we will go ahead and call it. Thank you for coming. Appreciate your support.